PandaBearMe.
Yeah, and I think if Crayon does anything cheeky, he's gonna have to be really good about it or really kind of sneaky about it. This is Coda, so it'll be really easy for JonSnow to scout what Crayon is doing, since there's only one good path to go towards JonSnow, and his Overlord will probably go through that path. So if there's lings on the way, he'll probably see them, and then it's not that hard on this map to scout your opponent's main base. So Crayon's gonna have to be, as you said, a little bit creative here. And here we're entering the game for the ZVZ and the winners match on Coda LE, Crayon versus JonSnow.
I really want to cast next the 18th. Was that tomorrow? I really want to cast tomorrow's games because EJK and Epic are playing.
Oh yeah. Terranite. In the bottom right corner, we have the blue Zerg player representing Flipside Tactics. It is JonSnow.
And spawning in the top left position as the purple Zerg, we have... I don't even know what their clan is. It's Crayon. There we go.
Endurance Esports. Alright, so we're going to be seeing relatively soon what these players are planning to do. JonSnow is 9 pooling, so that's a start of a series. I think he thinks Crayon won't see that coming because the first game he went 15 pool, and the second game he went 14-14 kind of. He canceled the gas and went for a hatch when he realized the spawning location of PandaBearMe. So maybe Crayon's thinking he's just going to play safe. So maybe Crayon is thinking of abusing that and playing greedy.
Yeah.
And if JonSnow is reading that out of Crayon, then this is a really good move out of JonSnow. We'll see if Crayon decides to go for that 15 pool or 15 hatch first.
I'm almost 100% sure that JonSnow is doing this just because he thought that Crayon was watching his game versus PandaBearMe. Like 100%. This 9 pool is going to be interesting though because Crayon's actually going for a 15 pool.
Yeah. So Crayon has the means to defend. JonSnow can also still do a lot of damage, even win the game if he does this well enough, or if Crayon messes up his defense. Crayon is following up by his hatch because, why wouldn't he at this point? He doesn't know quite yet what JonSnow is doing. His Overlord is going into JonSnow's natural, and it's gonna see these first 4 lings as they run under it, so he's gonna know what's up immediately. And there he goes. He now should know what's happening. He sees 6 lings running across the map. So we're going to see how he decides to respond. JonSnow's taking a gas right now. And we're going to probably see Crayon immediately make some lings and maybe even a spine crawler right here.
And I think with this gas, JonSnow is actually going to be more and more aggressive. He's not going to let the aggression stop. So we'll see if Crayon can actually defend appropriately.
Yeah, JonSnow is taking a big risk here. He does not have that much of an economy. He's going to start poking at this natural hatch down here, trying to maybe draw Crayon into a position and cancel that hatchery so that if JonSnow's attack doesn't, necessarily win the game, he won't be super behind. Oh, the drones are getting pulled off the line to help defend this. We're going to have to see the micro. Looks like Crayon is winning the fight a little bit decisively here. Crayon's going to back up a bit while sending these lings down here, and he now has more lings than JonSnow in the fight. Oh, now they're split up a little bit. You can see how the micro has to go here. Crayon's winning the fight at the top.
Yeah, it's going to be even, but the reinforcements from JonSnow are coming in. Same as Crayon. Crayon really didn't want to... He had to pull drones because he doesn't want to lose his natural. JonSnow, the best situation for him is if he did cancel a natural, because then he would have a Baneling's Nest or get one, and all that Crayon could do is... Crayon has no gas. Crayon has 0 gas. So he's going to be using Queens and Zerglings to defend. So I think if JonSnow follows this up with like a Baneling timing, he might be actually in a really good position. But
yeah,
it looks like Crayon is just, he's just droning up for now. And JonSnow is actually going to put on the aggression. There's the Baneling's Nest I was talking about. And he's going to keep sending it over. Crayon should see this though, because he does have the Overlord into the natural. So he should know aggression is coming.
Yeah. He's going to check the natural right now anyways to see no natural. He's like, okay, JonSnow is not going to give up right now. I need to continuously playing safe. Mostly make lanes squeeze in some drones every now and then to maintain my lead and to make sure that I can outproduce him. He has a spine crawler at the front. He's making another one, which I think is a really good decision in case his Banelings. His spine crawlers help a lot versus Banelings. Also, he has the Queen on the ramp. So yeah, I think Crayon is just doing like textbook, this is how I'm going to defend this. I'm going to play really safe.
Yeah, I really wish JonSnow would get a couple more drones because you really want to get to that 16 saturation. He's going to take one off gas because he's not going to pump 3 drones into the extractor, probably just 2, but um, he's just saving up. He's waiting until speed's done, and then he's going to move out all at once. But I think Crayon's ready for this. He might start droning after, but it's all what Crayon thinks he can hold off with what he has. But that's a lot. That's a 2 spines, 3 queens, and they're actually going to have enough for 2 transfuses. JonSnow's banelings are actually already morphing. Here comes the speedlings, and we'll see how it's going to be all about the micro, baby.
Yeah, and Crayon is actually in a really good spread right here. It's going to be really hard for those banelings to make a good connection immediately, especially with those spine crawlers there. And he has the lings on hold position, so they won't immediately run into the banelings. And now the banelings are just kind of don't know what they're doing.
Huge hits. Huge hits from JonSnow. With the if he does a ling follow up, but he's gonna drone behind this, so I think that was the wrong move. I think if he did ling follow up, he could actually break this because that was a huge hit of banelings. But he doesn't kill the spines, which is the big thing.
Yeah, and those queens are protecting him from running into the natural, into the main, and the natural doesn't have any drones on it, so he can't even do economic damage down there unless he somehow sniped the natural, which would take a lot of commitment and probably losing his whole army doing that. So I think JonSnow is just going to take a natural here. I don't think he thinks he can break Crayon. He's going to try again real quick right here, it seems.
Oh.
I'm going to see how that goes.
I think he's just putting on this false pressure. He's going to try to get some economic damage done. He's going to go around the spine crawlers, but JonSnow's taking a third behind this. Like, he's going full on greed because Crayon must think this isn't like an all-in or something, but he has the overlords to see that it's not. But he's just keeping... he was just trying. He was trying to kill that natural. Definitely didn't have enough for that. But I think JonSnow was just trying to keep drones off the natural because he knows if he saturates his natural in time, which he's pumping out 7 drones at a time, that he'll be ahead of Crown.
Yeah, right now he's just trying to do the tactic of scare your opponent, keep them at home, and I'm gonna be really greedy behind this because right now I'm pretty far behind from committing so much. It depends if Crayon can fully read what's happening. Crayon kind of does... Well, Crayon doesn't necessarily need to scout the third. He can kind of figure out that JonSnow doesn't quite have enough to make sense.
Yeah. Crown is going to go... Crown's going Roach Warren, though, and he's going off 2 Gas Geysers, so it's going to be a Roach Ling push. I really like this. It's the best way to put on the aggression. I'm not sure what he's doing with these full energy queens, though. You probably should put down creep spread. If you're always the Roach player, you really want the creep spread. And obviously, if you're a muta player, you want to deny that creep spread. But the Roach Ling push is actually going to be really strong because JonSnow doesn't have a Roach Warren or Layer going for him right now.
Yeah, JonSnow's really behind in tech. All he's got is his speed and his Baneling Nest. And Crayon's also about to have the speed with Roaches. And in small number, if there's a small number of Roaches, Lings can deal with them. But once you get start getting this decent Roach ball, Lings start being pretty bad versus Roaches since they can't get us around a ball that's effective. 13
Roaches and over 20 Zerglings are coming after Crown. JonSnow couldn't possibly hold that. He's getting 1 Evo Chamber. He's probably going to go for +1 attacks because he knows it's Roaches. But Crown's also getting Bailing's Nest too. So this is like a 2-base push. And I think JonSnow just played too greedy with that 3rd base, and there's no way for him to hold this. Like, I really can't see this being held at all. Like, he needs to throw down at least 2 more Spine Crawlers, and if he had, 3 Queens with full energy, maybe, but this is a really hard push.
Yeah, that's... How many Roaches does he have out right now? He currently has...
13.
13 Roaches, and that's just 1 Spine Crawler. It's not even done yet, and it's probably not going to finish here.
If he gets good hits with the Bailings on the Roaches, then maybe, but the +1 hasn't even started. Bailings are actually getting morphed, and Roaches are actually going natural in the main, and JonSnow's going to hopefully clear 1 army and then go after the other, but he's going to take really bad economic damage, even though the Roaches in the main base are actually not attacking drones. Now they're attacking drones, but for a second they weren't, and that's just too many Bailings, and he's got to tap out.
That's the GG. Crayon is now up against JonSnow in the winner's match 1-0. Taking a game off him on Coda. I think JonSnow probably underestimated Crayon in that scenario. I think something like a 9 pull is I think I'm better enough than you that I can just win you with this build. Right? It's something, or you just know you're the person you're playing against is always greedy, which I'm not sure is actually true about Crayon. So I think JonSnow just underestimated Crayon, and Crayon like took JonSnow for what he was. He was like, okay, he's a really good player. I'm gonna play safe here because he's definitely capable of putting on really early aggression, and I don't want to just die to that. And he read that correctly. And he probably, if he watched those games, he was against PandaBearMe. He was like, okay, JonSnow did his safe builds here. He'll probably do something really cheesy. I don't see him being really greedy versus me, so I'm just gonna play safe. And if he plays safe, then we're just even.
Exactly. And Crown obviously knew how to hold that. If you actually looked at how many drones he pulled just enough so they were both on equal worker count. And so he just transferred after the hatch went up, he just transferred those drones to the natural. So Crown obviously knew how to hold the 9 pool. So he's obviously he's obviously a good player, and JonSnow can't really underestimate that. I underestimated Crown, but not any longer because he knows how to bring a win in the ZVZ game.
Oh yeah, yeah, he played that really well. Textbook, like just play safe, defend. If I hold this, I'm good. And he held it, and then he just dropped his roach horn and did the counterattack. That's all he needed to do. And I got him a really convincing game 1 win. So we should be entering into game 2 soon. We're just gonna wait until everyone is nice and ready. I do think that this series will probably end in a 2-1. I think JonSnow after losing that will probably be like, okay, I can't be too cheeky. This player is pretty good. So I'm probably just gonna play my regular straight up, just safe style. He could mind game it in 9 pool again. I don't know, but I don't think he's gonna do that.
I don't think you. What's going to be on the map? The map is
Yeah.
actually going to be terraformed. So I don't know because the gold base is always there.
Yeah. You could gold base it. I still want a gold base to happen, so hopefully someone gold bases it here. Crayon could. Crayon could be pretty confident right now and be like, okay, I'm gonna try something cheeky back at you because now I have a 1-game lead. I have the freedom to do this, and like the risk I lose a game and have to play another one, which he could be fine with. Some people are totally fine with that if they think they can take off the 3rd game, but rather would maybe try to end it early to not risk anything later on. So we'll see if anyone decides to do this. Again, this is Terraform, so 3rd bases are pretty tricky on here, as we saw in game 1 of JonSnow versus PandaBearMe, where JonSnow, there was like constant counter aggression attacking that 3rd and utilizing the fact there's 3 different ways to get into it. So maybe one of them will be like, I kind of don't want to get into that phase because it can get a little bit risky to accidentally, like, you know, lose a bunch of workers to a run by that I didn't see coming. So maybe one of them might want to try a 1 or 2 base play. I have a feeling they might favor a 2 base play on this map. It's a little bit tricky to say.
Yeah,
After
we'll
that
have
first
to
game, though,
see
I doubt
if,
JonSnow will do the 1 base. 1 base.
Yeah, we'll have to see how the early game pushes out and whether they decide to do the mutas or to do the roaches. But either or, they actually have like pros and cons on this map, especially if it comes to the creep spread because the lanes of attacking. But we'll see. I'm really thinking. I really hope one of these people go for the gold bases.
I do too.